Coming up on this edition of Flashtalk, brought to you by Brian Heating and Cooling, we turn our attention to the hard court as head coach Rob Senderoff comes by to talk about his men's program. Our marketing director, Scott Peace, talks about the exciting opportunities to come and cheer on your Golden Flashes. Rob Marinaro previews our women's soccer push to the playoffs. And head coach Todd Starkey stops by to talk about what should be an exciting women's basketball season. That's all coming up in a flash. And welcome back into the GFTV studios. It's Flash Talk. We're brought to you by Brian Heating and Cooling. Dan Griffin alongside head basketball coach Rob Senderoff. And coach, it's hard to believe we're already here, and you guys have been in the swing of things for a few weeks.
Yeah, we've been practicing for just over a month now. And yeah, we're back. Me and you talking every week, which is good, or we're getting ready for that. And it's good to see everybody.
This is a team obviously coming off a magical season last year, but a lot of new faces that we're going to see for this iteration.
Yeah, we're trying to turn the page and get ourselves prepared for this upcoming year. Incredibly challenging non-conference schedule. The MACC is always a difficult league, which obviously we have a little bit of time before we get there, but a lot of guys trying to figure out new roles, trying to figure out how to play the way we need to play to be successful. It's preseason practice, and we've been going for a number of weeks now. Had one scrimmage, have another one coming up here soon, and November 6th will be here before you know it. A
chance for our fans to see you guys, maybe not in true 100% live action, but it's going to be MACC Madness coming up on Sunday, a way for the fans to kind of get an inside look at you guys preparing for the season.
Yeah, well, we love doing that Halloween event, so to get the Kent community out, get students here, get our fans out, have a lot of young kids hopefully in attendance that will be doing trick-or-treating on Sunday afternoon. It's a fun day for our team and our guys, and it's the first chance for people to really get to see Team 108.
Now, I don't want you to tip your hand, but you usually dress the part for these.
I've got two costumes. I got to figure out which one I'm going to wear. So I'm still in the process of deciding. That'll be announced on Sunday afternoon when it's seen.
All the more reason to get here. Again, the trick-or-treating starts at 5 o'clock. If you're local here to the Kent community, you can do the trick-or-treating in town starting at 3, then keep that candy boat rolling as you go into the MACC.
You know what you're dressing up as?
That's a great question. I've got a couple. I was a robot this past weekend for my daughter's trick-or-treating because it was a character in one of her favorite books. I might run that back. I might find something. Maybe I'll go into. I'll get with you and
my second one.
We'll team up.
There's a lot of pressure on this just for me personally. Each year,
I feel like you raise the bar every year.
Yeah, I feel like I have to step it up every year. So we'll see where we're at, and I hope I don't disappoint. But the day is really for our players to get a chance to get out there and have fun. I like to dress up because I've been like the Grouch for the last 4 weeks. So I'll dress up as something different so that they can see me in a little different light for a couple hours at least.
Well, plus now that means you're eligible to go through the trick-or-treat line.
Exactly. Yep.
Is there a go-to candy for you?
I'm a Twizzlers guy. I like Twizzlers. And I like 100 grand bars.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
But let's turn our attention to a busy November for you because we open with Malone. You guys get that first week of open competition, 3 home games. The fans are going to be able to pack the MACC and cheer you guys on.
Yeah, busy week. Open up on the 6th, Malone College. Then, have James Madison in the Sun Belt Challenge. They're picked to win their league. And then Fresno State out of the Mountain West team in their league went to the Final Four last year in San Diego State. So 3 home games to start, three tough games for us. Looking forward to getting out in front of fans, looking forward to seeing our team defend our home court. And then as we roll through the non-conference schedule, it just gets more and more challenging as the games move on. But that first week to have 3 in a week to play Monday, Thursday, Saturday, with 2 of them being picked to win their league in the Sun Belt and a Mountain West school, certainly starting out with a really challenging schedule.
Just talk a little bit about that home court advantage, because you guys have really made it your own over the last couple of years. One of the nation's stoutest home win streaks and home field environments.
Yep, and that's due to the fans. It's due to the environment that the MACC Center has created, and hopefully, this year there'll be another great start to the year with our crowds. And I know we have a number of promotions going on, which should be a lot of fun for everybody that does come out, and just excited to get out in front of people here in a few weeks.
It all starts on Sunday, where we get to see you in maybe even both costumes. You ever think of a wardrobe change? We're going all in on one.
All in on one.
All right. Well, we'll see what that is going to be on Sunday. We hope to see you there. Coach, thanks for a few moments of your time. We'll let you get back in the lab and get ready for the season.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Welcome back inside the GFTV studios. It's Flash Talk, brought to you by Brian Heating and Cooling. Dan Griffin, and joined with Associate Athletic Director for Marketing and Fan Engagement, Scott Peace, making his Flash Talk debut. Scott, thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Well, let's get started with Jack-o'-lantern Madness is a Halloween. Now, I can say tradition, because this is the second year we've done this. Talk a little bit about the tip-off event to get hoop season started.
Sure, yeah. Super excited about Jack-o'-lantern Madness, which will be this Sunday, October 29th from 5 to 7. We're going to have trick-or-treating in the MACC Center, complimentary candy buckets for kids in attendance so they can trick-or-treat with our teams, collect the candy. It'll be a first look at both your men's and women's squads. We'll have some competitions, some scrimmages, three-point contests, and autographs afterwards. Should be a good night.
It's absolutely free, and a chance to, like you said, get a sneak peek of our teams, because that first week of November, we kind of hit the ground with a dead sprint between the men's and women's teams getting started. And we've got a wide variety of goods here for you to kind of break it down here for us. In front of us, we've got the regular championship ring, and a lunchbox, which are our season ticket giveaways. And obviously, for this free event on Sunday, well, there is an end game here, a chance for the fans to buy some season tickets.
That's true. Season tickets will be on sale. If you've already purchased them, you'll be able to pick up your ring on the men's side, bento box on the women's side. And like you said, we really hit the ground running first week in November with all sorts of games.
Yeah, we've got an exhibition on Sunday the 5th for the women, and then the regular season starts with the guys at home for 3 games that week between Malone, JMU, and Fresno, and we've got the Veterans Day extravaganza giveaway here in front of us.
We do. So, yeah, on Monday the 6th against Malone, it's going to be post-Malone night, so it should be a lot of fun for students and everyone. Otherwise, against James Madison is going to be our whiteout game, so be sure to wear white. We'll be giving out T-shirts courtesy of Water Street Tavern for the first 500 fans there. And then on Veterans Day, that Saturday the 11th, Fresno State comes to town. We'll have these flags on hand for our first 500 fans, as well as free hot dogs for the first 500 fans as well.
Well, we talked with Dante Haynes of the Flock student group here early, and you and him work kind of in concert as far as making it a fantastic fan experience, obviously for everybody in the MACC, but focusing more on the students. You've got a number of great student giveaways coming up, and just talk a little bit about just the excitement of and getting the students here to really turn it into a home court advantage.
Yeah, I know Dante was on Flashtalk here recently and was able to talk a little bit about Flash's Flock, which is the new branded official student section of Kent State. That's been awesome to get off the ground. Having started here last January, I was really kind of thrown into the fire of basketball, and that was our best crowd. So I've seen nothing but awesome crowds in the student section, so we have every intention of keeping that going.
So yeah, you want to keep an eye on our social media pages, because we always have student giveaways to make sure that the students are taken care of, because I believe your world relies around giveaways and free food and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely keep your eyes on our social media channels. Lots of free food. We've given out PlayStations, Switches, Segway scooters all already this year, and lots more of that to come.
Well, let's obviously turn our attention now while we have you back. We still have a couple of home football games as well, and you kind of lead that Electric Avenue tailgate. And Obviously, we've got a midweek MACC game coming up in a few weeks, but those are always a lot of fun. And then, obviously, the season finale against NIU. But just talk about kind of growing that tailgate and what all has gone into that and what fans can expect the rest of the year.
Yeah, tailgate's been great. We have live DJ out there and DJ Smills. We've had some of our corporate partners in Raising Cane's. We've had food trucks. We've had Big Shots Golf out there with their golf simulator. So really trying to grow that and get the excitement going before the games and hopefully carrying that in once the game starts.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna carry on, like you said, into basketball season as well. And we talked a little bit about the students. Let's talk a little bit about the community really quick, because this is a family-friendly environment. You've got the kids club. We've got a number of great ticket offers and just packages to make it a wholesome, family, and budget-friendly environment.
That's true. Yeah, we try to have a little something for everybody. We bought some of our own inflatables this year. We're going to have a couple giveaways this year targeted just to kids, some fidget toys, some slap bracelets, things like that. So we just try to make it inviting for everyone.
So check out KentStateSports.com and KSUTix.com for all the great deals and festivities. Scotty, thank you as always for a few moments of your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's take a look at what's going on around Kent State sports, brought to you by KSUTix.com. Congratulations to our women's soccer team. They are in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. That starts this weekend, but first, they wrap up the regular season on Thursday. Congratulations to our field hockey team. They're in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. They wrap up their regular season this Friday. The MACC Tournament, November 3rd and 4th, down in Oxford. And on Sunday, it's our Mac-a-Lantern Madness. It's our tip-off for men's and women's basketball. We want to see you here at 5 p.m. And be sure to check out KentStateSports.com for all of our upcoming ticket deals. We've got great deals for season and single-game tickets for men's and women's basketball. Plus, we've got midweek MACC ticket deals for our remaining football home games. Check out KentStateSports.com to see all of those ticket deals. Speaking of playoff considerations, head women's soccer coach Rob Marinaro joins us next here on Flash Talk. Welcome back to Flash Talk. We're here inside the GFTV studios, as always, brought to you by Brian Heating and Cooling. Dan Griffin alongside head soccer coach Rob Marinaro, coming off a big 4-1 victory on the road against Toledo. And obviously, all victories are great, but on the road and spoiling a little bit of the Rockets party there has to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of the team because, they started to feel the pressure. We had some games there, Northern Illinois and then Western Michigan that we dropped points on, and they started to feel the pressure. So for them to respond in that manner, I mean, just super proud of their accomplishment, and to clinch a playoff spot in this conference is a nice feat in itself, and now they've given themselves an opportunity for postseason.
Yeah, and anywhere between, like you said, when it comes to the Mid-American Conference, it always comes down, it seems, that last match. You guys are in, but seeding is obviously up for grabs. Could be hosting a game this coming Sunday, could be on the road, but we know you're playing on Sunday, and the last task is at a solid Buffalo team who is playing for their postseason rights.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's mathematically 3 teams available for one spot, and Buffalo holds the cards on that, but they definitely need points. So, anytime going to Buffalo, defending MACC champions, so, they know how to win. And, it just, again, gives us the opportunity to get out there. I think the pressure is off us. The pressure is on them, so to go into a game with, that motivation, I think is really big. And, we'll take our shots and give it our absolute best.
It's like you said, it's been a nip and tuck conference all season long, and you guys obviously have held your own. What have been kind of the big things that have worked out well for you guys as this season's kind of worn on?
Yeah, I mean, we've asked our defense to really hold, and that's the big one. Anytime you can limit opportunities, you give yourself a chance to win. And it's not just our defense, and Sarah in goal has been amazing, but the defense has been fantastic. But the overall team defense and the commitment to getting behind the ball and the work rate that it takes, special yesterday, was very significant in the way they played. We didn't give up a goal until pretty late in the game, and we were up at 3-0 at the moment. So it kind of made us a little nervous at the time, but, really stepped up again. Great team defense, and I think that's been our backbone more than anything.
I mean, if nothing else, it takes a lot. You can start to frustrate an opponent. I know you guys did that against Bowling Green, for an example, in the 2-0 victory, to where, I mean, you were throwing at that point like almost 11 in the box and letting go, hey, if you're going to score, you have to go through literally all of us, and then an opportunistic offense to where you can frustrate the team and then capitalize on your chances. That's a pretty good recipe to take the will out of an opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it's where a lot of our experience is on the defensive side of the ball. So, to take pressure off scoring goals when you're 0-0, to get the first one, allows the team to settle into their game a little bit more. So those are the opportunities that our team defense has been giving us all year long. And then, yesterday, just the opportunities that we took them so well. And to score 4 goals in a game for us is pretty special. We haven't done that in a long time. And, to build a confidence in that manner is super important, especially going into conference play, knowing that you can put points on the board. But, you know what they say about championships and the playoffs. If you can defend, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to be successful.
Well, absolutely, because then obviously that pushes any sort of counterattack. And how key is it that you get a couple to go in? It kind of can build that confidence and that momentum going, hey, this work is in fact paying off, and maybe that leads to a few more confident strikes as the season wears on.
Yeah, it's a team that works really hard to be successful. Our short history hasn't given them all that confidence, so they need to find it in themselves. The leadership has been really great on pushing us towards that. But settling in and learning to win games, and sometimes in the pressure filled of, hey, we just need to hold on and defend, we're capable of doing that as well. And to get points on the board or score goals obviously relieves some of that, and we know that our defense and our team defense will take care of business from there.
Well, one last ride in the regular season against Buffalo, but congratulations, Coach, on earning the right to keep that season going beyond the regular season. And let's hopefully we're handing out some rings at the end of the year.
Well, thanks. We'll give it our best.
Welcome back to Flash Talk here inside the GFTV studios. As always, we are brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling. Dan Griffin alongside head coach Todd Starkey. We're talking some hoops because it already is that time of year. Coach, you guys are already into the swing of things, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've been practicing forever, with summer and all that type of thing. Just, the players are ready to play other teams, other colored uniforms, and so yeah, we're in the swing of things for sure, and just preparing, trying to fine tune some things as we're getting closer to the season here, and excited about games to come.
Once every 4 years, you get the overseas trip. You guys took a nice little work trip out to Greece, and just talk about the experience of bringing that team together and what it's been able to do for your team already.
Yeah, Greece was nothing short of amazing, right? It was an incredible experience for our players. For me, it was a great experience for me. We had a great travel party. Almost 60 people went from the Kent State area and community, but also included in that group were a lot of our players' parents. We had about almost half of our players' parents went on the trip as well. So it was an incredible experience culturally, educationally. I mean, just some of the historic sites that we were able to see were just awe-inspiring. And then getting to play a few games was nice, to work on a rotation, especially with 5 new players. We lost 4 of our top 6 scorers from last year's team. So some new players are going to have to step up, whether they be returners or new players, and it was good to get that experience. And then we had a little fun as well.
Just talk about the extra time to be able to get the team together, as we're going to be, like you said, unleashing some new looks here this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a saying that we talk about, a quote early in preseason. Every season writes its own story. We have some new characters in this chapter, right, in this story, and so our job as coaches is to really try and fine tune and figure out how those pieces fit. The new players with our returners. We've got some players that have worked very hard in the offseason that are returning, and I think will play a bigger role for us. We have some new players that will come in and also play a big role for us. So I think this brand of basketball for Kent State women's basketball is going to be potentially one of the most exciting we've had in the last going on 8 years now.
Well, we've got a couple of chances for our fans to come out and check you guys out. We're starting on Sunday with our MACC Lantern Madness, kind of a tip-off with you and Coach Senderoff's squads. And then, obviously, the following Sunday, we welcome in Muskingum for an exhibition before we start playing for Sirius. So talk a little bit about what the fans can expect from these two upcoming chances to see you guys in action.
Well, I'd encourage people to come out to both of those events because we don't have a home game until November the 29th. Our road schedule starts off very tough, very challenging. We'll talk about that in a second. But the MACC Lantern event and our exhibition game against Muskingum will be our fans' opportunity to see this new brand of basketball. I think you'll really enjoy it. Our season ticket sales are up. We would love to see more people. It's got to be one of, if not the best deals in town, right? To be able to see this team play. And I think really good things are going to happen for this group. So come out to those two events and really kind of see, and I think you'll fall in love with our players.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that schedule because it is, like you said, road heavy and south heavy because you guys open with the Sun Belt Challenge. The MACC on the women's side starts that on the road, and you go down to the Bayou, and you're not doing yourself. You got assigned to play Louisiana, and then you're taking your shots at the champ.
Yeah, I mean, I think once again, as a coach, it's really important to try and schedule accordingly. I mean, we had some question marks, but I thought we were going to be pretty good. We wanted to give ourselves an opportunity at postseason play if we didn't win the tournament. And so once again, we've always scheduled tough. This may be our toughest, especially on the road with an opportunity to take on the defending national champs in the LSU Tigers. And it's hard to imagine that you win the national championship and get potentially better, but I think LSU's gotten even, Coach Mulkey's done a great job, I think, in bringing in some transfers that are make them even better. So we're excited about the opportunity for sure.
And then a couple of trips to Florida as well, but we're excited to see you here in person while we've got the shot. So we'll see you on Sunday for MACC Lantern Madness and then the following Sunday for the exhibition. It's hoop season. I'm excited.
Let's see what we come up with. I'm just excited to get the ball up in the air, and it'll be exciting to be back in the MACC for sure.
That's going to do it for this edition of Flash Talk, brought to you by Brian Hegan Cooling. Join us again next week when we take another deep dive into the world of Kent State sports. For all of us here inside the GFTV studios, this is Dan Griffin saying goodnight and go Flashes.